A solid beginning may lead to a perfect ending. Go for it. An aquatic adventure. Don't forget to take advantage of those subs. Let the battle begin. Go! Game over. Well, fight for your freedom. Escape from a solid beginning may lead to a perfect ending. Go for it. An aquatic. Let the battle begin. Go! Fight on to victory. Action! Victory! You were the champion. Keep it up. Remember, don't miss the elevator, or else you'll be sorry. Let the battle begin. Go! Oh no! Powerful! I don't believe this! It's an alien! Don't go soft now. Your journey has only just begun. What a massive enemy, but it's not unstoppable.
Aim for its head.
Let the battle begin. Go! Your skills are unmatched. The end is almost at hand. Never give up. What's going on here? You'd better watch out for traps. Let the battle begin. Go! The chase is on. on to victory. Victory! You've made it to the final battle. It's all or nothing now. Good luck. It's do or die time now. Destroy the monster and get out of the castle.
これからだぜ。
Let the battle begin. Go!
ラッキー。はっ。はっ。それ。ラッキー。はっ。それ。はっ。ラッキー。
You've reached the last battle. Now show no mercy. Loser. Game over. Welcome. Fight for your freedom. Escape from the A solid beginning may lead to a perfect ending. Go for it. What's going on here? I have a very bad feeling about this place. You'd better stay alert.
お願いします。
Let the battle begin. Go! Victory!
Ah, 16. What's up? What's up? What's up?
You were the champion.
Me neither,
Keep it
buddy.
up.
I mean, I don't know, man. We may not get an online version of Power Stone 1 and 2, but the remake, on the other hand, there's going to be online play, online lobby, and all that stuff. But one can only hope.
Forget to take advantage of
I mean, 2024 will be the 25th anniversary of Power Stone, so I know they got to do something. So we will see. I hope. I know you would. I mean, I'd still play Mighty Fight Federation because it's just got potential. Still much to be desired, but still. I mean, Mighty Fight was inspired by Power Stone, so I gotta pay homage to that game either way. I do need to play Mighty Fight more often. I'm just waiting for the DLC characters to come out. Once they do, then I can get back to Mighty Fight. I don't know. Patience is my virtue. My greatest virtue, that is.
Iceberg, dead ahead.
Yeah, you got a point. See, Power Stone was basically made with the sole purpose for people who don't know how to play fighting games. So this is supposed to be like a simplistic fighting game in a way, so it kind of makes sense. Mighty Fight is pretty much the opposite of that. It's like a game that's basically has kind of like a combo system, but also like more like towards the competitive side of things. Without all the items, with less chaos and no items. So, I mean, it's still pretty fun though. Not gonna deny it, but you know, it just doesn't have that charm that Power Stone does. Now, if they was to do a crossover of Power Stone and Mighty Fight, I'd definitely play the hell out of it. Capcom is well known for crossovers anyway, so I think it's only fair that they do something. I mean, think about it. The legendary game Power Stone and the game that inspired by Power Stone crossed over in a game, that'd be perfect. And that just leaves dream matches and all that. Yeah, you understand, it doesn't scratch the itch. It just doesn't have that charm, it doesn't have that spark. But Mighty Fight's still a fun game, I won't take it away. Like, I've been following the developers for the past year or so, and it's like, yeah. But it's just no Power Stone. And no disrespect to the devs, I love those guys, the devs of Mighty Fight, but you know, it's just, I just wish it was more. It just leaves much to be desired. The game's still fun. I like the combo system, I like the characters and all that, the story. You know, it's all about fighting and hype and all that, so I'm cool with it. I like the concept. And I mainly love them for the fact that they recognize Power Stone and the fact that Mighty Fight was inspired by Power Stone. 4 players beating the crap out of each other all over the place and all that. I get it. I totally get it. So I got to give them kudos to that. But they wanted to make it towards the more of a combine that with like more of a fighting, you know, traditional fighting game standard, you know, hence less chaos and less items and all that stuff. So yeah, they kind of went their direction, you know. That's okay. But one thing that Mighty Fight and Power Stone have in common is that they both have potential to be great, amazing games. I mean, there's still that much they could do. I mean, with Power Stone 1, they did great. Power Stone 2, they did great. And I think they can do better if they do a Power Stone 3, but the remake is a good start. So we will see. Because I definitely want as much content as they can possibly put out for their Power Stone remake. Costumes, DLC characters, you know, maybe do like, I don't care. I really don't care to pay for DLC, seasonal pass, because DLC is basically the way of unlocking things. I prefer the old ways. Like, I'll gladly play through the arcade mode over and over and over just to unlock different items, different characters, all that stuff. I'd rather go back to the old ways, but DLC is not as bad as, you know, people think. It's always going to be an optional thing that people understand. If you want to actually add replay value, that's what DLC is. But, you know. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, Nintendo has gone all out with Smash Bros. Ultimate, so it's like, oh my god. I mean, you literally have over 80 characters in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and like, that's literally the ultimate roster of all kinds of characters from Nintendo. Not just from Nintendo, but even third-party characters. Like, you got Sonic the Hedgehog, Solid Snake, Mega Man, Pac-Man, you got Bayonetta, and I'm like, you even got Joker from Persona 5, and I'm like, you got Sephiroth and Cloud from Final Fantasy 7. Like, Nintendo's literally going all out with these characters with this roster, and it's insane. So, yeah. But I think the only series that can compete with Smash Brothers is Power Stone, because, man, there's so much they could do, so many more unique characters they could do, unique stages, all kinds of modes, arcade, adventure, versus, online, the whole 9 yards. Characters, guest characters. Like, there's so much that they could do. I mean, granted, the Dreamcast was ahead of its time, but man, just imagine with the technology we have now, they could do Capcom could literally do a lot with Power Stone. It's just, oh man. Yeah, you're not wrong there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I enjoyed it. It just, you know, there's just a lot of characters that were missing, and I'm like, oh man, they didn't know Crash Bandicoot, no Spyro, like, no Dark from Legend Dragoon. Like, there's just so much they could have done with PlayStation All-Stars. I think they really could have done a much bigger roster than they did. Oh yeah, because whatever engine they're using for Mighty Fight, they could totally use it. In fact, I'm pretty sure Capcom already is using the similar engine anyway, so visually, the graphics would look great in the remake, so I'm not even worried about graphics. Graphics is the least of my concern, because in this day and age, video games are going to look amazing either way, so I really do not care about graphics that much at all.
What's going on here?
Exactly. You are totally right. It's a matter of a game feeling good, and Power Stone 1 and 2, they just feel right. It just feels amazing. There's still potential, though. There's still much they can do with Power Stone as a whole, but, you know, still more to be desired. Still lots of potential. So, I'm just hoping that, you know, the remake is a good way to just say, hey, what can we do? What could we do that we couldn't do 20 plus years ago? But yeah, 2024 will be here before you know it, and hopefully we'll get some kind of teaser trailer or something from Capcom. Not just from the Power Stone remake, but their other list of games they got leaked. So, we will see.
The chase is on.
See, you understand. See, I'm not big on first-person shooters, but there are a few, and I do mean a few first-person shooters that I will play any day of the week. Like, for you old-school gamers, I'm all about 007 GoldenEye for the N64. I will play that any day of the week. As far as other first-person shooters, I'll play, like, a few of the Call of Duties, a few of the Halos. Like, as far as my opinion, Halo 1 and 2 are the best games of the series. I did enjoy Halo 3, and then Halo 4 and 5, and Halo ODST and all that. But it's just something about Halo 2 and Halo one that just it hit just right. It just felt right. Call of Duty, I will gladly play. Let's see, I can't remember which one it was, but yes, the one Call of Duty that I'll definitely play any fucking day is Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 just felt right. Didn't really care for the Modern Warfare games, didn't care for the other ones, but you know, Black Ops 2, man, that game hits. It just felt right. No, speaking of which, I remember, what was it, Resident Evil 6? Yeah, Capcom was trying to actually target the Call of Duty audience and all that, and I'm like, that was just a no-no. Because Resident Evil is survivor horror, and they need to stick with it. Because Resident Evil 6 was just way too much like an action game, and it just didn't feel scary, there just was no that feeling of horror and all that. So Capcom kind of screwed up big time with Resident Evil 6. I mean, I actually enjoyed Resident Evil 6, but it's just, no, it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel like Resident Evil. So that's when Capcom went back to the roots, and that's what they, you know, Resident Evil 7, which did pretty well, and here we are now in Resident Evil 8 that came out recently, so it's like, yeah. Oh my god, Perfect Dark. I can't believe I forgot about that game. Perfect Dark was also a fun game, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, but I forgot about that game. Perfect Dark, man. I even remember the commercials they showed with that game.
You've made it to the final battle. It's all or nothing now. Good luck.
Basically, that was Resident Evil 6 in a nutshell. It was a good game, just not a good story. It just didn't feel, you know, I didn't feel the horror, the survival, you know. But it was still a fun game. So, but yeah, they definitely had to go back to the roots, and they did just right with Resident Evil 7. So, yeah. But yeah, Perfect Dark was definitely GoldenEye on juice. But you know, I've had my fun times with GoldenEye in general. I think out of all the first-person shooters I played, GoldenEye for the N64 was probably the number one. Number 2 would have to be Call of Duty. Actually, no, number 2 was Perfect Dark, and then number 3 was Halo, and then 4 would be Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Like, those are like basically the main first-person shooters that I would go back and play any day of the week. But other than that, my specialty, or the games I truly enjoy, are fighting games and action games. So yeah, I'll play Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive, Virtual Fighter, Killer Instinct, etc., etc., Smash Brothers, Power Stone, Rival Schools, Darkstalkers. I've played so many freaking fighting games out there. Even the stuff that you probably never heard of, like some of the underrated stuff. Like, oof, there was quite a few fighting games that I actually enjoyed the N64. Let's see, Flying Dragon was one of them, Dual Heroes, and then my personal favorite, the Fighter's Destiny. That was definitely a truly underrated fighting game. First one was great, the second one just didn't hit. Oh wait, there was another fighting game I forgot to mention. Battle Arena Toshinden for the PlayStation. That was literally the very first game I played when I got the PlayStation. When Sony decided, hey, we're gonna start doing console gaming, and then yeah, here we are now. Years later, we went from PlayStation 1, and now we're on to PlayStation 5. We've come a long way in gaming. We've come a long way in gaming. So many consoles and so many generations. Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, Atari, way before I was born, because, you know, they had Atari did their consoles and all that. ColecoVision. Yeah, I know my gaming history. I did my homework. You tolerate Street Fighter? Well, my very first fighting game was Street Fighter, specifically Street Fighter 2, but I have played the original Street Fighter, so, yeah. I gotta stay to my roots with, you know, my 2D fighting games and my 3D fighting games. So yeah, and then of course the non-traditional stuff such as Arena Fighters, hint hint Smash Brothers, and then you have your, Arena Fighters, hint hint Power Stone, then your Platform Fighters, hint hint Smash Brothers. But yeah. Rungo, oh yeah, the big dude with the freaking club. But yeah, there were some unique, that game had that game series had some unique characters. You ever get a chance to play it, man, find a way to do it, or emulator or whatever, just try it out, dude. It's a fun 3D weapon-based fighting game. Think of it this way.
Reached the last battle.
It's like a 3D version of Samurai Showdown. I actually like some of the characters. Like, I like E.G., Cayenne, Sophia, Ellis, Rongo, Foe, Mondo. It's a pretty fun fighting game. I mean, yeah, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat have changed in some ways than one, for better, for worse, but I'll still enjoy, you know, those franchises for what they are. The problem with Street Fighter it's just oversaturated. Like, there's just too many iterations of Street Fighter 2 for one, and there's like 5 iterations of Street Fighter 4, and then I'm like, and then they did the same thing with Street Fighter 5. Capcom needs to actually learn when enough is enough, but I know they just want to keep life, continue the life of Street Fighter, but man, they gotta stop oversaturating it. That's why they need to go back and do, like, another Darkstalkers game, another Rival Schools, another Power Stone. Like, Capcom has a gold mine of different fighting games. But yeah, anyway, boss time. It's kind of a slow start, but I think we might get this as long as I keep getting stones. Come on, baby. Oh shit, flies. Okay. God, I love that move. Okay, so far so good. These stones just keep popping up. Now we're talking. Yeah, Capcom made a big mistake holding back their content because, you know, people will actually look into the coding and they're like, oh, hey, so there's already characters on the game, but you have to pay for them. So, the DLC practices I just don't like in some cases. I mean, I like DLC to an extent, but one thing's for sure, people get taking the DLC thing way too seriously and they bitch about it way too much. It doesn't change the fact that downloadable content was, and always will be optional. I prefer unlockable methods because that adds replay value. If you actually let your content be unlockable, guarantee people are going to want to play your game a lot. And they're going to want more. They're going to want sequels and updates and other stuff. If you're going to do DLC, you got to do it the right way. Otherwise, games won't last. People just stop playing and move on to something else. Yep, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, they screwed up big time. And that's why we didn't get it. Yeah, because Capcom and Namco were going to do this. They were going to do Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and then they were going to do Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Never happened. Instead, they did Tekken 7, and they put Akuma in the game. So I guess in a way, you did get Tekken versus Street Fighter, so, yeah. Big mistake on their part, so let that be a lesson to Capcom, is that don't do stuff like that. Yep, you are totally right about that. And they can still do it like that. You just got to go about DLC the right way. My suggestion is, if you can go back to the old ways by having unlockable stuff, and then add some DLC, and then once the game's been out long enough, then you can do some DLC. It's like, hey, we're glad you enjoyed these games. We've enjoyed our game for the past few months, and now we're here to announce season passes, DLC content, this and all that, the whole plan, a whole year's worth of whatever, and plan it, and bam. That is how to sell a game. That is how to keep the lifespan of a game going. That being said, some companies have been doing it right, and some people have just been like hit or miss. It's like, you gotta go about it right. Because I'll tell you one thing, one game that's actually been doing Streets of Rage 4, for example, that's one of the best beat-em-ups to date, and you play through the game, you actually unlock stuff as you play through the game, and you go back and keep playing and playing and playing, stack up those points, and like, oh, you unlock this, you unlock that. They did it just right.
You'd better watch out for traps.
Yeah. But now they're Sega, or pretty much they're actually adding DLC to Streets of Rage 4, and they're bringing back. You get to 3 characters, and it's like DLC and all that. This night, Mr. X Nightmare. I'm looking forward to it. But they definitely did a good start. The game's been out for like over a year, so now, hey, guess what? We're here to announce DLC. And they're doing it. That's how to do it. Oh yeah, I love Streets of Rage. It's my favorite beat 'em up series of all time. Streets of Rage 1 was fun, then Streets of Rage 2. Oh man, plus the music and all the Streets of Rage games are so amazing. Amazing soundtrack. Yeah.
The chase is on.
Yeah, Streets of Rage 4 has been out for about a year, give or take. About a year or so now. So, now they let the game be around for a year, now they can do DLC. See, that is how to sell a game, and that's how to keep people coming back for more. You let the game be out long enough, bam, now we're going to announce DLC. You gotta let the game do its thing for at least a year. Because I've been watching people on Twitch, and I know one channel I follow on Twitch, he plays Streets of Rage games all the time, and he does speedruns. And he's definitely been loving Streets of Rage 4. Oh, X-Men 2 Clone Wars, dude. I used to play the hell out of that game. It was so fun. I would use Nightcrawler, Wolverine. Well, hell, I just used about everybody in that game. And then, of course, you get further enough, you get to play as Magneto, and that was fun, too. And I'm like, huh. Never thought I'd see Magneto and the X-Men teaming up and, you know, dealing with all these clones and this species that just clones the people and all that stuff. So, yeah, but that was a fun beat 'em. The character I used the most was Nightcrawler and Wolverine. But yeah, I used just about everybody. But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite action games for the Sega Genesis. Woo! That was close. Gambit, Nightcrawler, and Beast. Hell yeah, good choices. I was all about Nightcrawler, Wolverine, and Psylocke, so yeah.
Victory!
Yeah, let's see, I'm trying to think. I enjoyed the original X-Men game, and then, of course, X-Men 2 Clone Wars, so yeah. I'm trying to think what other. There was another X-Men game I liked. Wasn't for Sega Genesis, for Super Nintendo. Oh yeah, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse for the Super Nintendo. It was developed by Capcom, and that was great. It's like Capcom basically did their own take of X-Men, and I like it. Made it into a nice beat-em-up game. You have to play as Cyclops, Wolverine, Gambit, Psylocke, and Beast. Yeah, that was a fun one. You beat Apocalypse. Yeah, you managed to get through a few levels, beat Apocalypse, and then guess what? But then you get to face Magneto, and it's like, yeah, that was fun.
You were the champion. Keep it up.
Well, if you ever do, man, I'm telling you, man, there was a lot of great, amazing games back then for the Super Nintendo and the Genesis. So if you ever get the chance,
or else you'll be sorry.
If you can get access to an emulator, play those games, dude. Because trust me, I played a lot of games back then. Super Nintendo had an amazing library of games. Same thing with the Genesis, and then the N64, the Sega Saturn. Good times. And I can't forget about the Game Boys games, and it's all that stuff. There were just so many amazing old school retro games. Oh yeah, what I like to do on YouTube is I like to watch long plays and just watch people play through games. And it's like, oh gee, somebody did an actual full playthrough of like my favorite games, and I'm like, I just like watching long plays. In fact, there's a channel dedicated to it called World of Long Plays. They do full playthroughs of any game. Retro, arcade, any console, you name it. It's always fun to watch. People actually play through your favorite games just for the sake of nostalgia. And they basically go through everything, 100% unlock everything you possibly can in a game. I love it. Especially RPGs are more fun. Playthroughs are fun to watch. It's like, because them playthroughs take hours. Like, seriously, one of my favorite RPGs is, what was it? It was a very underrated one called Radiata Stories, and that game takes at least a few hours to beat. Well, for me, it took me a few days, but yeah, because I took my sweet time playing. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. God damn it. I need some help. Give me some help, damn it.
I don't believe this. It's an alien.
Ah, what the hell? I'm supposed to get that stone. Ah, oh well. You like to check out speed runs? I don't blame you on that. Oh man. Oh, bro. I remember that, Global Gladiators and Mick and Mac. Oh, I finished those games. It took me a long time, but I did. Oh, man, so much nostalgia. Well, let's see. We're about to hit the hour mark, but, I'm gonna have to call it a night, but I will be back tomorrow and stream for longer, so, yeah, that was just a tough time with Julia. It's just so fucking hard to get through these stages with her, because she's just so damn slow, and... but that's okay. I'll get it next time. Let's see here. I wonder if anybody knows is streaming. I think I might raid a channel. Let's see here. Who is streaming? Who do I know is streaming? Let me see here. Surprisingly, nobody I know. Oh well, that's okay. Well, thanks again, 16. I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna get these wins, damn it. Take care, buddy. Everybody else, have a good night.